Greetings, travelers. Welcome to You Can Hear the Heater in the Back of My Room. While we play The Adventures of Nick and Willikins. Last episode, someone died. And Nick's to blame. Hopefully. Please. Let's see if we can get him, you know, hung at the gallows. I don't know. Let's just see who's behind this hedge. Someone's talking. Let's be polite to them.
I say, might I have a word with you, please?
Of course, Mr. Willikins. Apologies for the noise. So I was just studying for my botany final.
Who are you?
What can I do for you?
Okay, so I cannot talk about her in the... Crap! Weapon, witness, sanity... Motive. Okay, she wouldn't know the I already know the motive. Let's do the hedge maze and be polite.
What is it that you're working on here, miss?
Why, Master Nick's hedge maze of doom, of course. The plans are posted on the garden shed over there.
Yes.
If you wouldn't mind, sir, I must get back to my work. There's much to be done.
But I still have to talk to you.
You may have heard some commotion earlier. Nothing to be too concerned about. There's just been a murder.
Goodness!
Quite the opposite, in fact. In any event, I am endeavoring to discover precisely what happened, and I was wondering if you might offer some insight into the murder weapon. You obviously deal with a number of rather lethal implements in your duties here. Could one of them have made a hole about 20 centimeters in diameter in a man's torso?
Nothing like that in here, Mr. Willikins. That sounds like a railroad spike or some such.
Or a unicorn
but I know
horn.
Master Nick cancelled the railroad maze and sent that crew home months ago.
Ah, yes, I'd almost forgotten about the railroad maze. I've another question about the murder, specifically. If you managed to see any of the events that took place inside the hall earlier today.
I'm afraid not, Mr. Willikins. My duties do keep me pretty well occupied inside this maze.
I suspected as
Heater.
much.
I'm sorry if you guys can hear
However,
However, you say.
However what?
I did hear a delivery truck pull up around that time. I don't know if that's at all relevant.
It may actually be.
Probably
Thank you,
is.
miss. You've been a tremendous help.
Okay, and Nick's sanity?
I've another question about the murder, specifically. Some way of providing proof of Master Nick's sanity.
Well, the proof's in the pudding, right? Isn't that what they say?
It is a thing that some people say, yes?
I'm afraid I may not be your best source for sanity, Mr. Willikins. But good luck
Pudding.
with that.
That's exactly what Master Nick said.
Pudding! The game is telling me. Look in the pudding! Nah, I gotta find a way to mail something. Okay, but yeah, they said a delivery truck showed up, but I got a new phone number. Hate how you actually have to wait. Come on, just go inside. Wait. White note. What's the white note?
It seems that someone attempted to deliver a package around the time of the murder. I wonder if the delivery person saw anything.
I didn't see that before.
It appears to have one of those bloody QR codes on it that everyone seems to think people actually use. This one looks more like an owl to me.
Yeah, I've never used... Okay, so I got 2 phone numbers to call. Let's go upstairs and call them. Yeah, I wish there was a way to, like, move faster. Like, you can kind of see how it's jumping a little bit. Upstairs. Actually, hold on. I haven't done something in a little bit. Let's, yeah. I know it auto-saves, but... I'd like it to actually, you know, save. Let's go into the dressing room. Actually, hold on. No. Back out. Let's talk to Nick about some of these things. Hold on. Alright, let's get past...
Said I must
Okay, so I can't talk to him about any deliveries or anything. But before we click on the phone, let's go by the phone, just so I don't have to walk to it again. Let's look at some of the things we picked up. So, activist flyer. Let's look at
This
it.
was left by an activist of some sort. It appears to have been left here somewhere around the time our deceased friend arrived in the entrance hall. Typically, I'd ignore such a person, but perhaps they have information useful to my investigation.
Okay. Well, the blueprints for
Much of this plan has yet to be incorporated, so this is useless as a map until the bloody thing is completed.
Which,
assuming this goes as Master Nick's other projects are gone, it never will be.
so there's really no reason to pick it up. Okay, sickle.
It seems to have flown off the handle. I can relate, little garden implement.
That's not what you just said.
It seems to have flown off the handle.
I'm one hammer
I can
away
relate,
from
little garden
recreating
implement.
the Soviet flag. Should I want to do that? That's not what that's not what you're saying.
It seems that someone attempted to deliver a package around the time of the murder. I wonder if the delivery person saw anything.
Well, I'll have to wait until I
It appears
call.
to have one of those bloody QR codes on it.
Yeah, I've already heard that part. All right. We have 2 new numbers. Let's do the activist first, which
This dials the political activist who attempted to canvass us around the time of the murder this morning.
Okay. Well, let's talk to them. They're activists, so I'm gonna be friendly.
Blay, hello.
Oh hell no! I'm being aggressive.
See here, you left a bit of rubbish on our front door, and now I've some urgent questions for you.
Before you ask your questions, I have a question for you. How many chlorofluorocarbons is an acceptable number of chlorofluorocarbons?
The seasoning you get when you order a Chinese?
No, that's monosodium glutamate. Also bad. You mortals are so woefully ignorant about this planet and its precious resources. The answer, by the way, was none. None chlorofluorocarbons. Ha 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 ha.
Wait, mortals? Are you not a mortal?
No, I'm a vampire. Can't you tell? Bleh.
I thought it might be rude to assume.
Listen, I could potentially leave for eternity, and I'd rather not do it on a world choked with styrofoam Big Mac containers and plastic shopping bags.
I believe we call those, respectively, polystyrene and polyethylene.
There you go.
I don't care what you call them. Just stop throwing them into the ocean.
Okay.
So, this is why you came to our home this morning, to lecture us about going green?
Correct. I hate going out during the day for obvious reasons, but my car runs on clean solar energy. Such irony is the story of my life. Or unlife, if you prefer.
I most certainly do not. Now, as much as I'd love to continue this conversation into eternity, I shall come to the point. Did you happen to witness, or I suppose cause, the murder that took place here earlier?
No.
Certainly not. Decomposing corpses are the absolute worst greenhouse gas emitters. Had I encountered one, I would have done everything in my power to get it on ice, because
Yes, very well. I've heard all I need, thank you.
I could come by again with some literature. Printed on recycled paper, of course.
Or
Thank
just
you,
digital?
good day.
Just lead to a website. That's 100%. Not, like, whatever. Alright, let's call this person.
Welcome to Stuff Bringers Intercontinental.
Stuff bringers.
Do you have the delivery slip that the driver left behind?
I have, yes.
And could you describe to me the animal that the QR code on the slip most closely resembles?
Well, you said it looks like an owl.
An owl. Definitely an owl.
Good, good. Right, now then, what is your postcode?
Of course. Our postcode is 00D4L4Y.
Actually, I remembered
Good,
it.
good. Now then, I'll need the name of 2 of any of the recipient's direct ancestors.
What? Well...
Well, there's good great Aunt Petunia who lives downstairs.
Right, that's one.
And there's the horse.
Thaddeus Q. Nickington the Fourth?
Well, technically that name is in our records, but it also clearly states that this individual is a horse. So, relative or not, I'm ruling it inadmissible.
Okay, Was it this person?
Lady Beatrice. Her painted likeness smiles upon me every time I pass through our dining room.
Excellent, sir. That was all I required.
That's a good thing I've been doing a lot of cooking.
Really? Only that?
I shall now connect you to the delivery driver you're trying to reach. Please hold.
Very well.
Oh my god.
Stuffbringers Intercontinental, this is Deirdre. How may I help you?
Oh no. Hello again, Deirdre. I thought I was to be connected to the delivery driver.
Yes, speaking. A lady can drive a truck and answer phones, you know.
I suppose you truly can have it all, then. Listen, there was a rather unpleasant incident here at the hall this morning, and I was wondering if you'd seen anything untoward during your visit.
You mean the murder?
The murder?
Yes, that is exactly what I mean.
As it happens, I did see the incident, yes, sir. However, in order to provide you with further details, I shall need you to fill out Inquiry Form 6B and speak with my manager. I'm just fooling with you, sir. What, do you need me to call the police and promise to report what I saw as an official witness?
That would be wonderful, yes, thank you. And if it's not too much trouble, could you tell me what you saw first?
You wouldn't believe me if I told you, sir. Goodbye!
Okay? Yeah, they're clearly not going to tell you because they want you to find out later, but one is done! We got the witness! Now... I need to think about what I have on me real quick. Alright, hold on. Let's see if we can talk to him anymore. The witness.
Sir, it may please you to know that a lady from a delivery service of some kind has agreed to serve as a material witness in the forthcoming murder investigation.
Why on earth would you think that would please me? You clearly don't know anything about the sort of things that please me. Like ice lollies and boiled sweets.
How very English of you, sir.
Yeah, so I thought so.
What is with boiled sweets? That's a thing in Skyrim. I've been watching a lot of Skyrim playthroughs as of late. And one of the things in there, like, I know everyone knows the sweet roll, but there's one of them is like a boiled sweet tart. And it's like, just boiled sweets. It just sounds unappetizing. Alright, well, let's look at the items I have. I need to think of things that will go with a sickle. I need things... Like, I don't need some of these things anymore. They're just clutter. Like the fabric pencil. I don't know what the fabric pencil would do. Like, does the 8-ball work with...
Yes, of course, that's brilliant.
Yeah, shut up, Willikins.
I don't feel that this is a good use of my rather
Could just end it. Alright, let's go back outside real quick. Figure out. Well, hello there. We got a doggo staring at us. Alright, yeah, it's a good thing I did go around clicking on every single thing, because it made that last section a lot easier. No, I don't need to... Yeah, I don't need to click on everything. And there's nothing over here that I can... Yeah, so there's no reason to... Okay, let's go back outside, and let's see if we can find something. There was obviously something to do with the satellite.
Morning glory, that's for, ironically enough, late evening failure.
Okay, I'm gonna try clicking on this real quick with other things, just to see if maybe...
Bit of a reach, don't you think?
Maybe, I'm sure if you throw it.
Chrysanthemums.
I'd rather not if it's all the same.
Columbine, that's too soon.
No.
Forget-me-nots, those are for...
It's called the Hedge Maze of Doom
Oh,
for a
Rosemary
reason.
Serum
I
and-
dare not venture any further.
Germaniums, I believe, are radioactive.
Would you please come out again so I can speak with you?
What can I do for you?
Nothing.
Tulips off the tiptoeing, obviously.
This has been struck by light.
Violets off the dinner parties, and they're not blue, they're bloody violet. Hibiscus, she's the daughter of Dragon season 3. Walnut.
Miss Petunia, Mum, if it's not too much trouble, I require the name of one of Master Nick's ancestors.
I already have it.
Ooh, is this for some little project you're working on?
I already have that
The
answered, though.
project of exonerating his lordship of the murder charges, yes.
Well, let's see. There's me, of course.
Yes, I know that one.
But not in the biblical sense, eh, lad? Not due to a lack of trying on my part.
Rather. Could you perhaps provide me with a second name, Mum? Any ancestor at all will do.
What am I, a bloody gynecologist?
I believe you mean genealogist?
I'm not one of them neither. Go look at a painting or something. The hole's full of 'em. Surely one of those pictures is of someone we're related to.
Yes, well, thank you for your... I hesitate to say help, but in the absence of a more accurate word, it'll have to do.
Okay, well, I've already done that. Let's look at the TV again.
It's stuck on the channel that tells
Yeah,
you what's
I-
on the other.
I already
Until
know.
someone can get out and fix the satellite aerial, I'm afraid this is our only option.
Well then, go ahead and bloody fix it already.
And I don't know how to fix it. That's the problem. Yeah, I can't look at it again. Can I call? Hold on. It said someone to fix it. Maybe now I can call emergency services? No.
It's a crime to call 999 when there's no emergency. I already reported the one, and no further emergency has occurred since then. That I know of, anyway.
Okay, so I need to figure out the number to call.
I've gotten everything I need from them, and shocking though this may seem, I'm not keen to experience that bureaucratic nightmare a second time just for the fun of it. If it's all the same, I'd rather not put myself through that again.
Yeah. I can call him. I did get some new information.
You've reached the offices of Clever Ruse, home of the great detective Clever Ruse. Speaking to you now is the great detective himself, Clever Ruse.
I hate you.
Mr. Ruse?
Call me Clever.
Rather. I was wondering if you could provide me with more information.
Inquire away.
Okay.
About the murder weapon.
It's you that's supposed to be providing this information to me, not the other way around, boy.
I'm in my 60s.
It's quite likely the item in question is still there in the hall someplace. Have a look round in all the most likely hidey holes, and you'll probably find the murder weapon.
Yeah, I know exactly where the murder weapon is. I just need to get Nick to allow me to look under the bed.
About the proof of sanity.
What do I look like? A mental health professional?
Well, I try best not to generalize about such things.
A good detective always generalizes. We'd never get anything done if we weren't willing to cut those intellectual corners. Bring to mind the things you associate with psychiatry. Oedipal complexes, incurring the wrath of Tom Cruise, life-stabilizing medications, and work backwards from there.
Yeah, and I've already given him his medication. He wasn't on his medication yet. What are those? Can I? No, I want to look at it. There we go.
That detective fellow gave me this. It's meant to track my progress in gathering the 4 elements that can exonerate Master Nick.
That's what it is. I already found the motive.
Murder weapon, proof of sanity, and a witness. As of now, I've managed to locate a witness. A motive.
Yeah. It won't let me click on any of the stuff, but it's like I found the motive, which is that Nick wanted the guy dead if he ever robbed him again. And the witness said, I saw who it is, you'll never believe me if I told you. Hopefully it's Nick. Watch it be Willikins. It was actually Willikins the whole time. It's gonna be something stupid, but whatever. Can I talk to him since? No, I can't. Where, oh where would the murder weapon be? Or no. The proof of sanity is involved with this note.
Now, why on earth would I want to do that? I'll just draw myself a straight path to the center of the maze. And that's center and not center, obviously.
Oh. One of the things, there was nothing to tell me that I knew that some of the objects had to be done something. I knew that pencil had to be used something, so I was just using it on every piece of paper to see if maybe something would work. And it worked. Changed plans.
I've discreetly drawn myself a path directly through the hedge maze in hopes of bypassing my inevitable demise therein.
Okay. I guess I take it to the hedgemaster now? Or the what was the name of that, the hedge planner girl? The one who's sitting behind the hedge planning everything. Go to the garden. I can't double click on the garden.
Wisteria, that's amazing passages.
Okay, let's talk to her.
Would you please come out again so I can speak with you?
What can I do for you?
There we go. Be polite. Actually, let's be friendly.
Hello, miss. I wonder if you might consider doing me a favor and changing the shape of your mighty construct here.
Not unless those changes have been approved by Master Nixon.
Oh.
Now, if you'll excuse me.
I gotta go all the way back to Master Nick. He's gonna be a pain.
And roses.
Go inside. Can't teleport until you're like right next to it. Can't even teleport. Like when you're outside, they got rid of all the teleporting stuff. Can I just talk to him about it? No. I actually have to get it out.
What's this then?
Just some amendments to your ever-expanding hedge maze project, sir.
I don't remember signing off on these.
No, sir, you're signing off on them now.
Am I? Oh, it would appear that I am. Well spotted, Willikins.
Indeed, sir.
Oh, okay. Back downstairs. Wait. Entrance hall. A run button would be very well. I understand he doesn't run. He teleports, but he doesn't run. So a teleport all the time, just to where I'm clicking, would be nice. You know?
Daffodils, there's a heroism.
So...
Would you please come out again so I can speak with you?
It'd be nice if she was
What
just
can I do
standing
for
there. Really?
Good morning. I have some revisions from his lordship. And I do hope you don't see this as a rejection of the fine work you've done here thus far.
Well, this seems a bit more direct than his lordship's other suggestions. But this is clearly his signature, so off I go then.
And she's gonna do it in seconds, hopefully. A furious clipping.
My.
Topiary.
Good heavens, the girl's a natural.
Extreme gardening. Mannequin.
There we are,
I like this.
precisely to his lordship's specifications.
Yay! You can just be off now. New maze path. Oh! But I want to switch it to this.
This setting allows the dish to receive... question marks?
Oh, I have to.
This lever adjusts the position of the satellite dish.
Oh, I'm sorry.
These controls won't do much of anything until the satellite dish is repaired. Now, if only I could determine what's wrong with the thing. Who knew so much of this job would involve having to plug things in?
Oh, but... I'll be right back. It's already on that. We're gonna go. I don't care, it's gonna take some trips. I'll cut some stuff out.
What, you mean like a golden sticky goo what tastes nothing like butter?
Oh, sir, that's butterscotch.
Oh, well, that's not very important at all then, is it?
I feel like I said this about an hour ago.
Wait a tick. Feel? You don't feel. I didn't authorise that.
I think you'll find it's in my contract, sir. I'm allotted 13 seconds of feeling every day.
Oh, yes, your tea break. Must remember to renegotiate the dinosaur. That reminds me, have you hoovered the bits and bobs your uncle?
Got a bit lost on that one, didn't you, sir?
I think it's important for people to know I'm English. It's also good for morale.
Who's morale, exactly?
I think he's some bloke what loaned me his biro.
Master Nick licensed our likenesses for this ghastly puppet show. Although, in fairness, they got his googly eyes spot on.
What, you mean like a golden sticky goo?
Okay.
Master
Okay.
Nick licensed our likenesses for
same
this
thing.
ghastly puppet show.
Can't click that.
Although, in fairness, they got his googly eyes spot on.
Okay, I'm gonna go and switch it over to that question mark real quick, and I'll be back. Okay, let's see. Oh no, what are you? Ah, no.
Did you get me some cotton candy?
They were all out of candy, so I picked you this cotton.
Finally, I can get my cotton gin started.
You can't bring gin in here. They confiscated all the bottles with the triple access.
Here's my favorite Vin Diesel.
You can't bring diesel in here either. This amusement park only uses natural gas.
That doesn't sound very amusing.
That's the park's job.
Did you say park the tetrapod?
You can't park that tetrapod here either.
I thought the parking was in the rear.
Is that where they get all the natural gas?
That wasn't very amusing either.
This seems to make about as much sense as anything else from Tordovia.
On to the American cartoons. From the music alone. I should know this. I'm gonna hate myself when I look over there and I didn't recognize what this was. The music sounds familiar.
There! We've gathered the 5 components for the Professor's machine from the 5 corners of the globe. Now we can finally stop Baron Malevolent.
Meow.
What is it, Astro Cat?
Meow.
Oh no! A deadly dick bat!
What? Dottie.
Hey kids, join the Sarcasters. You get all this cool stuff, including a nifty decoder ring.
Oh
it's
my.
easy and it's fun.
Well, good. Now I can order myself a collectible keepsake from that children's cartoon.
Okay.
God, I hope none of my classmates from Cambridge can see what I've made of my life.
If anyone recognized that voice, that was the voice of the guy that plays Space Ghost. So let's go upstairs and order a new decoder ring. I wonder how long this game is. Sarcastic Voyage.
Welcome to Sarcasteers Central, home of Dottie Patrol and our exciting one-of-a-kind decoder ring.
Sure, one-of-a-kind.
Didn't I speak with you earlier today?
Not unless you dialed 999. Wait, is that Willikins? Hello again, this is Beryl.
Are you the only telephone operator in England?
Cool, it feels that way sometimes, doesn't it?
Rather. Now then, I'd like to order...
A decoder ring? I guessed it was that, since that's the only thing we sell here. According to our records, we already sent one of those to a Petunia of Nick Hall some time ago. Were you looking for a free replacement to be sent to the same address?
Yes, that would work nicely, thank you.
Righto. We'll get that in the post via the fastest means we have available.
No need. I'm certain it'll be in our post box by the time I make it all the way out there. Master Nick insisted that we spare the postman the strain of having to walk all the way up to the hall. Clearly this isn't a concern when it comes to the likes of me, however. Anyway, thanks. Goodbye.
Hey, he confirmed it'll be there. So let's go and get it. And there we go, more yelling. I love the sound of yelling in the backgrounds of my videos. At least they have pleasant music, you know?
Ah, this would appear to be the all-important decoder ring, upon which my entire day now hinges, for some inexplicable reason.
Yay. Alright, now let's figure out how this decoder ring works. Let's use it on... Wait, where is it? Oh, it's right there.
The note says that Master Nick's sanity certificate is in the library portion of his drawing room, inside the book, The Lion, the Witch, and the Very Big Fish.
There we go. I looked at that one, too. Wouldn't it have been nice if I picked it up and it said, oh, there's a decoder ring in here. Wait, what? I saw that sparkle.
Ah, an extremely rare double-headed heifer.
What? No, no, no. Did you pick it up? Did you pick it up? You did pick it up. Good. Oh, and that's gonna help me make the decision. Get in. Oh my god, I I saw that twinkle at the last second. I walked past that thing like 6 times. Oh, alright, let's go find that lion witch in the blah blah blah. Take. Paper.
This paper fell out of The Lion, the Witch, and the Very Big Fish, as expected. You might have looked away when this happened, but I can assure you, I saw it.
Well, I had to click on it to see it.
Ah, finally, official documentation of Master Nick's sanity.
Yay. Can I look at it? I want to see what it says. Please tell me it says something bad.
Despite all empirical evidence to the contrary, Master Nick would appear to be legally sane.
Oh. So that doesn't help then. I don't know the motive. I don't know who had the motive to say I would kill him. He would kill him, or it wouldn't kill him. Okay, which means all I have left is to give him the coin, right?
Yes, sir.
I suppose you want me to flip this coin to help me decide if you may look under my bed.
Yes, sir, if it's not too much trouble.
It is a great deal of trouble, but if it'll shut you up about...
About clearing you of the murder charges?
Right. That. All right, I'm flipping the coin, Willikins. Call it.
Heads, sir.
Sorry, it's tails.
Are you quite sure about that, sir?
Yes, quite.
Only that coin?
It's tails, Willikins. Just like my second favourite Sonic the Hedgehog character and my fourth favourite part of most animals. Which means you lose. You don't get the thing you want. What thing was that again?
I most emphatically did not want to look under your bed, sir.
Well then, the coin has spoken. You get under that bed at once.
Very good, sir.
Easy. So easy. Finally! Look under the bed. The gnome. It was the gnome. The whole time. And the old gum.
The bedpost is the more traditional location for one's gum, but Master Nick has always been one to spit his gum in the face of convention. Also occasionally in my face. Somehow I always knew this disturbing little fellow might one day be involved in something untoward, and now I'm nearly certain of it. If there's any possible chance this is the murder weapon, I should not touch it with my bare hands.
Well, that's what I have these for, right?
Willikins, what are you doing out there?
I was just picking up this object under your bed.
Yes, of course. Only... could you not do that?
Sir?
That is to say, could you go and wait in the dressing room for a moment first? There's a good chap.
Sir, I must say, this isn't making you appear to be less guilty.
Just go in there and wait until I give the all clear.
Just please let him be.
Then I promise you can have whatever rubbish you find under there.
Very good, sir.
I was so close. The garden gnome's not going down the loo.
Well, I can't be absolutely certain, but I believe the plumbing has backed up again. There's only one place the excess water can go in this house when that happens.
Oh.
Okay, it's safe.
You know, if this kid didn't do it, I'm gonna kill him anyway. Let's check the bathroom.
It would appear that something rather large and unwieldy, I expect I can guess what, has been flushed down the loo.
Well, let's figure out where it went. We know where it went. Can I just look under the bed?
This is most definitely not what was here a moment ago. I doubt it's the murder weapon. I believe Master Nick obtained this at a now-defunct American chain restaurant. It's since become his little dog's second most popular chew toy, after my shoes.
Well, it said I could take it. So let's take it.
Well, I don't think this is the actual murder weapon, but I might as well take it.
Okay. Wait, what? Worn spots. I didn't click on that before.
It's still warm from where the dog was lying.
Oh. The dog's missing, in case anyone's wondering. Alright, let's go all the way downstairs and investigate the plumbing. Well, I got all the things. Like, obviously I didn't get the gnome, but... Like, oh, no, he's wine cellar. And the flooded basement.
There's my alleged murder weapon.
Mm-hmm.
I can't reach it from here.
Oh, okay. Rat.
I almost respect the little bugger's survival instincts. Almost.
Okay, let's try using a couple items. Rope, maybe?
Not a terrible idea, but, well, it's only sort of half an idea, isn't it?
Sickle and rope makes rope and hook. Little hints like that. Don't. No.
I managed to retrieve the line before that rodent gnawed completely through it. That little blight is going to be trouble.
Well, only one thing we can do about that, is there?
Those things don't go together. I'm sorry, I know you want them to, but they just don't.
But, maybe... I'm confused then. Maybe...
How would that even work?
I don't know!
Now, why on earth?
This is... I'm gonna do what I did before. I'm just gonna try it with every single
Those things... Now, why on earth would...
Okay, hold on. I gotta get him away then.
Much as I'd like to crawl into my subterranean hole and hide from all this, it would appear to be flooded.
Your mouth's not moving. It either doesn't move, or it moves 1,000,000 miles an hour.
Much as I'd like to crawl into my...
Stop talking. Okay, one of these is going to do something.
I'd rather not, if it's all the same.
Try this again.
I suspect if that rat is clever enough not to drown when his home's been flooded, he won't just eat a packet of clearly marked poison.
Yeah. Which tells me I need to mix the poison with something.
This may be the first time in all my years of working here that I've used poison as a verb, and not in the way I'd always imagined it either.
I love how that didn't work before. Okay.
That dead rat won't even be in the top 10 smelliest things I've had to deal with down there, sadly.
I feel so bad for the rat. Where's the rat? Oh, it's just down there next to the thing. But I have the murder weapon!
The diameter of the gnome's pointy cap would seem to match the diameter of the wound on our foyer corpse. I believe I may indeed have obtained the murder weapon.
Yay!
After a considerable fashion. That's all 4 of Clever Roos's rather condescending puzzle pieces found. I suppose I should phone him now and be condescended to further.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's talk with him. Finally. Finish this.
You've reached Clever Ruse?
Yes, hello. This is Willikins the butler, from Nick Hall.
Yes? You must be very proud.
No.
We spoke earlier at length. You came here and told me what evidence I'd need to present in order to solve the murder that took place earlier today.
Oh, yes, of course. You've located that evidence, then.
More
It's
or
only
less,
been like an
yes.
And said evidence exonerates your lord and master?
As far as you know, yes.
Excellent. I shall be there momentarily. Meet me at the scene of the crime.
Very good. Obviously, some of this evidence paints Master Nick in a, shall we say, less than innocent light. But I think I can accidentally omit those details when presenting it to Mr. Roos.
I hope that there's, like, multiple choice, and I can, like, have an ending that does...
Excellent
does put
work,
him in
chap.
jail.
Top notch. Couldn't have done it better myself.
You didn't.
Yes, but now comes the most important bit. Assembling this data into an official Clever Ruse information packet for easy consumption, processing, and adaptation into various forms of highly lucrative media.
So you're going to take the hard work I've done, scrawl your name at the top, and take credit for the whole thing.
It's a bit more complicated than that.
Is it? Explain it to me, then.
No time for that. I have an important call to make. I shall be in this adjoining room here, not to be disturbed.
Who does he think he is, ordering me about like that?
That's my job!
Off I go!
Didn't work. I need to spy on him. There's a couple of eye holes. He's the one who did it. I'm pretty sure. But, just to be sure, I'm going to save right here as an actual save. Then we're going to go in there. We're going to see what happens. I'm pretty sure I have to spy.
What was that code we'd agreed upon for when someone we don't want hanging about is hanging about? Well, I can't remember it either. That's why I asked you. Don't forget it. The point is, someone is in the room now, and I can't say anything.
If I didn't know better, I would say he wasn't so much a great detective as an extremely smug git, though I suppose the two aren't mutually exclusive.
Okay, let's talk to him.
Excuse me, sir.
I did insist that I not be disturbed, didn't I? I was sure I had, but here's me saying it again. Bugger off.
Yeah, it looks like he's the bad guy. Good thing I already found this secret passage that leads to a friggin' thing in episode 1.
Yes, I have all the evidence that clears Lord Nick's name. No, I didn't need to lift a finger. I convinced the idiot butler to do it for me. He's quite the idiot. And also extremely ugly.
Well, that's just hurtful.
And get this, he actually believed I was affiliated with law enforcement. Didn't ask to see a single credential. Ugly idiot. Of course I'm going to bug it down the loo. What better way to destroy the evidence, assuring his inevitable execution, and then I shall have unfettered access to those bearer bonds.
But I wanted him to...
No, I don't know what they are, but I know they're valuable. Something to do with the war, I think. Anyway, that's my sinister plan. But look at me dominating the conversation. How have you been? I see. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, and how is Uncle Alfie? Still dead, then?
Good heavens, I must call emergency services immediately.
Oh, you're just gonna go? You're not gonna make me walk? Good.
Emergency services, how may I direct your call?
Hello, I wonder if I might... Wait a minute, that's not Beryl, is it?
Oh, well spotted, sir. I can see from our display that you're calling from a rather posh mansion, so you may not comprehend this. But working folk are entitled to a day off once in a while. We are, despite the way you lot treat us, human.
Yes, of course. As the personal servant to a rather difficult master,
Are you taking the piss, sir?
I beg your pardon?
We ain't servants. We've no use for that archaic class-based nonsense here. Now, what was it that you wanted?
I must speak with Detective Inspector Bobby at once.
A servant speak to an inspector? Not on my watch, sir. D.I. Bobby is much too busy to waste her time on the likes of you.
Really, this is rather urgent.
Well, if it's so bloody urgent, I'm sure your master will have no trouble phoning back.
Jesus.
Well, that was a real roller coaster of class politics. Suppose I'll have to convince Master Nick to phone for the inspector.
He won't do it. Which is okay in my opinion. Let him die. Okay. Friendly.
Rise and shine, sir. You've an urgent phone call to make so that we may finally put this whole messy affair behind us.
Did he kill himself?
Sir, are you in there?
Please tell me he killed himself.
Master Nick? Hello?
Willikins, why would you think I'd be in bed? I'm in the kitchen. Buy yourself down here at once.
Okay. He's actually outside of his room? That's scary. Why?
Willikins, where the hell have you been?
I was about to ask you the same question, sir. Although I may not have phrased it quite so aggressively, depending on how I was feeling at the moment.
I was lying in my bed wondering why I was feeling so bloody peckish when I realized you never actually fed me today. So, at considerable risk to my person, I came down here to see if we were somehow out of food. Not only did I discover that we were not, which therefore means you're just as lazy as I always suspected you to be, but I also found the hall in a state that I can only describe as a complete disaster.
Yes, sir. Only I have been devoting considerable time and energy to clearing you of these murder charges. And, to that end, I need you to phone the police at, as you would say, once.
Ah, no you don't. I'm not lifting a bloody finger for you until you answer to this mess. Starting with this room here, the food laboratory?
The kitchen, sir.
Right, that thing. Now, I know you were down here at least twice today, and as far as I can tell, you just sort of wandered away without preparing me any food. Why did you do that? Where's my food? And most importantly, why did you do that?
Trash?
Because I'm a rubbish butler?
Go on.
Who is terrible at everything?
Correct. Now to the wine cellar for further admonishments.
Oh, good.
Now then, I very generously granted you this personal living space when you wouldn't stop grumbling about sharing a kennel with my little dog Willikins.
Extremely generous of you, yes, sir.
And now I see that you converted it to a bloody swimming hole. We're not zoned for that, Willikins. Explain yourself.
I think there's multiple options. I'm going to do the rubbish one right now, and I might load back and do the other one. Because I did save, remember?
Because I'm literally the most worthless, thick-headed soul to ever draw breath.
Got it in one. Or possibly two. I can't be asked to count. Right, now it's on to the front garden.
Oh, God.
Sir, this all seems a bit needlessly complicated.
It would seem that way to you, wouldn't it?
At least it's taking me.
And now we come to this. You do realize that is meant to be a hedge maze of doom, don't you, Willikins? Only now there's this obvious gaping hole in the thing that any idiot could easily escape from. Possibly even you.
Because I'm a jerk, sir.
Yes?
Yes, sir. A complete knee-biter.
There, that wasn't so hard now, was it?
Humiliating myself 3 times in a row? No, sir, that's just a typical day here at Nick Hall.
Too right. Now, what pointless thing was it that you wanted me to do?
I need you to phone the police, sir. It turns out that clever Roos fellow was attempting to scam us.
What, like in that movie where that bloke's head exploded?
That's scanners.
No, sir, that's scanners.
Still haven't seen that.
What, like the Hulk's secret identity?
That's Banner.
No, sir, that's Bruce Banner.
What, that trolley little man what's always on Hollywood Squares?
No, sir, that's Bruce Valanche.
What, like my 4th favourite flavour of Dorito?
I don't believe Dorito is spelled that way, sir, but no, that's Cool Ranch.
What, like when Marge Simpson had a mental breakdown?
No, sir, that's Rancho Relaxo.
Constable Bobby returned to Nick Hall, whereupon she was regaled with an accounting of the true events that unfolded that fateful morning.
There I was, sequestered in my chambers. Willikins had ruined my brekkie twice and was almost certainly about to muck it up again. I got bored waiting for his inevitable failure, so I ventured downstairs of my own renaissance.
Sir, don't you mean recognizance?
No. There I met Errol, who, in keeping with tradition, was stealing my newspaper to have a look at the page 4 girl.
Surely you mean the page 6 girl?
No! Unfortunately, before I could forthwith and heretofore arrive upon the scene in question, Willikins had got there first.
But, sir, I was clearly in the kitchen.
Not you, my little dog, Willikins.
You have a dog called Willikins. Doesn't that get confusing?
Oh,
to me,
that's where the dog's been.
Apparently, Errol was not expecting the presence of a personage of the canine persuasion and, startled, stumbled backwards, impaling himself on my commemorative garden schlam. Impaling himself fatally to death until he died. And since I didn't want the authorities taking my little dog away, I hid him up here. The end.
That all makes perfect sense, sir, but there's one thing.
Ah, no you don't. The murder is solved and I'm innocent. Don't you go all Columbo on me now.
It's a fair call. Unfortunately, we shall now have to bring someone else in for questioning.
Ah, yes, the so-called detective, Clever Roos.
What? Who? Never heard of him. I meant the dog. You, my little murdering fellow, are coming with me.
Oh!
Will Nick's dog be executed for murder? Was the vast majority of this game actually a pointless waste of everyone's time? And what of poor Errol?
Well, he's dead.
Still dead.
I'm actually not sure why I'm asking these questions, because the story is over now. Roll credits!
Back to the thing! I'm gonna have to go through that again, but I'm going to just because.
The code we agreed upon for when someone we don't
stop
want
talking.
hanging about.
I'll be back in a second. I'm gonna get back to that point because I want to hear the other options.
That's why I asked you. Don't forget it. The point is, someone is in the room now, and I can't say anything.
I've urgent business to discuss. All right, sir. That's quite enough laying about. I need you to get out of that bed immediately and come to the phone. Sir, are you in there?
You know, it makes sense why it's been closed this whole time. That's where the dog's been.
Master Nick? Hello?
Alright.
Willikins, why would you think I'd be in bed? I'm in the kitchen. Buy yourself down here at once.
Oh yeah, I forgot. That's where he's at. I've already forgotten. It's only been like a couple seconds. Oh my god, I could have hit space. Fuck me! Alright, let's go to the kitchen. This time, I'm not gonna do the rubbish one each time. I'm gonna do the
Where
other.
the hell have you been?
I was about to ask you the same question, sir. Although I may not have phrased it quite so aggressively, depending on how I was feeling at the moment.
I was lying in my bed wondering why I was feeling so bloody peckish when I realized you never actually fed me today. So, at considerable risk to my person, I came down here to see if we were somehow out of food. Not only did I discover that we were not, which therefore means you're just as lazy as I always suspected you to be, but I also found the hole in a state that I can only describe as a complete disaster.
Yes, sir. Only I have been devoting considerable time and energy to clearing you of these murder charges. And, to that end, I need you to phone the police at, as you would say, Wumps.
Ah, no you don't. I'm not lifting a bloody finger for you until
Alright, I don't care. Just this thing.
As it happens, sir, that was when I overheard the murder occurring in our foyer, so I went to investigate.
Oh, you went to investigate, did you? Like you're some bloody great detective who isn't a complete pillock. Honestly, you're so thick. You're not in the American sense of having a desirable bottom.
Much to my continued embarrassment, your good great-aunt Petunia would beg to differ, sir.
Nevertheless, this is an unacceptable response. Try again.
Oh! I wish I had known that. I would have just gotten the rubbish one each time. Oh, well, whatever. We'll skip past the rubbish to the next things, and we'll just listen to things he said before.
I very generously granted you this...
And then the gnome.
Well, sir, technically you filled my living space with water when you rather suspiciously flushed the murder weapon down the loo.
Don't you try to turn this around on me. Your job, if you can even be bloody bothered to do it, is to anticipate my actions. You should have had a plan for this eventuality, Willikins, like Batman.
Like Batman?
Sir, Batman is granted the luxury of prep time.
Enough of your excuses. I do not accept your explanation of this mess. Try again.
Because I...
And skip to this.
Sir, you actually approved these changes yourself. I have your signature on this document.
Oh, I just bet you do. You've a bloody answer for everything. Next you'll be telling me that my mate Errol is dead just because his dead body is lying in the entrance hall.
Sorry, sir, but your point eludes me.
No surprise there. The point, Willikins, is that you can prove anything with evidence.
Touché, sir.
What have I told you about speaking French in my house?
Technically, sir, we're not in the house.
I've had it with your excuses, and we're not moving from this spot until you explain why my hedge maze is ruined.
Constable Bob.
Oh, whatever. That's it for this game. I'm not going through, like, the whole end credits. There might be something at the end. I don't care. The game's over. He never did that in the game. This was a rather simple and charming little game. A little frustrating towards the end, but not too bad. Like, it didn't get anywhere near as bad as some other point-and-click games I've played. But, I did rather enjoy it. The creators of this game, so far they've only done other point-and-click games, and all free, as a matter of fact. And, I have their second game that they brought out. I can't remember what it's called, but I will be doing it eventually on this channel. Obviously, I'm going in alphabetical order, and even though this is The Adventures of Nick and Willikins, it's at the top of my list in the Steam library, so yeah. And I know it's not been alphabetical. I've been going back and forth, like, through, like, I'll be like A, B, C, A, B, A, back to A again. But it's like I keep adding new A stuff, so it ends up at the top of the list, and it's just gonna keep going that way. But, yeah, eventually I will get to that. I think it starts with like an F or something. Well, you'll see it when I eventually get to it, and I will try to point out that it's the same game. But this was a fun little game, and of course, like I said, it's free. Now, sadly, because of the nature of YouTube, if you guys watched me play this, there's really no reason for you to play it yourself. But I don't know, download it and I don't know, speedrun it, or just download it and then delete it again. Or download it and turn it on for 10 hours and give them, like, a download and some game time. I don't know. Something to help their stats on Steam. I don't know. They did a good job. The only thing I will say about this game, the only two downsides I'll say about this game, or three, and one of them I completely understand. One is the lack of a tip system. It kind of needs it. It doesn't need it, but kind of does. The one they can get away with is the no running, and they gave you like things to go along with, like the whole teleporting to doors. But and eventually I would have learned that I could skip the animation at the very end, but if I'd known that in the beginning, it would have made things a little quicker. And but it makes sense why you can't do that, because he's a butler. He's not supposed to be galloping. It's not Sam and Max, where Sam is like running from area to area. And the last one is the lip syncing is appalling in this game. That's the biggest thing I'll say about this game, is the lip sync is horrible. They're either not moving their mouths when they're talking, or they're just flapping their mouth up and down, not in sync, and it's just it throws you off. It's really just not good. And I don't know if it was a design choice, but even if it was, I didn't like it. It was not good. It just wasn't. It really took me out of whatever moment was going on. So, but other than that, this was fantastic. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time for whatever it is I play. See you then. Bye-bye. Oh, the other thing. That I will never forgive them for this. They let Nick get away. I wanted Nick to be guilty. That little shit needed to go to jail. Bye.